I know you're afraid of getting breast cancer, you're afraid of getting man boobs, you're afraid it'll affect your hormones. There's a lot of information about soy, and today we're going to talk about what's wrong, what's right, and address all the misconceptions around soy. Now, is soy really safe to eat? And the answer is yes, for most people, as long as you don't have a soy allergy and you're not eating processed, genetically modified soy additives in your foods every day, then yes, soy is actually a safe and even beneficial food to eat. So let's look at the actual research behind it and bust all these myths. So soy, one benefit is that it's one of the only plant-based proteins that is a complete protein. So it has all of the essential amino acids just like an animal protein. So that's a great benefit to it. You can get all your amino acids in, you can get high protein. Overall, it's just a very great protein source. So one of the most common things I hear is that soy is a phytoestrogen. So therefore, will it increase your estrogen? And a lot of people think it actually does, when that's actually not true. Research shows that soy does not affect hormones, and if any hormone effect, it's more of a modulatory action. So by that, I mean it brings into balance. So let's talk about that a little bit more. First, we need to keep in mind that plant estrogen is not the same as mammalian estrogen. So what it does to plants, it doesn't necessarily do the same things in the human body. So plant estrogens are actually really great modulators. So in postmenopausal women, when their estrogen levels tend to drop, soy exhibits more of a phytoestrogenic effect in that it relieves menopausal symptoms and that it somewhat increases and balances estrogen, but only because these women have low estrogen. Now, people or women specifically with high estrogen, soy tends to exhibit a modulatory effect in that it lowers the estrogen and brings it into a good balance. So whether you're on one extreme, if you're super high estrogen, or if you're super low estrogen, soy tends to meet you in the middle in that it's a modulatory effect. But even in most people, soy has almost no effect on hormones, if at all. In fact, I've been eating soy products for years and my hormones have not changed. Now me, I'm just one person. I understand we have to look at the research, but the research still shows that soy does not really affect hormones, and if it does, it's a modulator. So hopefully that makes sense. And men, please don't be afraid of soy. Even though your bros at the gym tell you not to eat soy because it'll give you man boobs, aka gynecomastia, that's actually not true. It is so wrong. In men especially, it has literally no effect on the hormones. If we see any effect on the hormones, like I've said earlier, it has a modulatory effect, but primarily in women with hormone imbalances. In men, we haven't seen it do anything. It doesn't lower testosterone, it doesn't increase estrogen, it literally does nothing to male hormones. So soy, as long as it's an organic, whole form of soy, it will not hurt you and it will not ruin your gains in the gym. Just as a quick reminder, everything that I'm saying here is backed up by research. You can find the articles that I've listed in the comments below, or you can do your own research. Just make sure that you try to find elite studies, something like a meta-analysis, which is the most elite study in that it looks at all papers on one specific topic and makes an overall large conclusion. So with that being said, there's also meta-analyses that show that soy reduces particularly LDL cholesterol, which is known as the bad cholesterol. I personally don't think anything in the body is bad, but that's what we know it as. So it lowers the LDL cholesterol and it also lowers blood pressure. So soy isoflavones, which are components in soy products, they act sort of like antioxidants and they're very heart healthy. So we have the research to show that soy products, hopefully organic, whole soy products, there's a difference, right? Actually have heart health benefits. And again, do many great things for the body. So there you have it. Is soy gonna kill you? Is soy gonna give you breast cancer or man boobs? Probably not. So we need to keep in mind that we need to eat everything in moderation and preferably organic whole food. So foods in their whole states. Tofu is technically a processed product of soy, and so is soy milk. And then the additives that we find in protein bars or processed foods like soy protein isolates. Those sorts of things are processed foods. The most whole version of soy is edamame, aka the soybeans in their own little pod. They look like peas. So edamame is the whole form of soy. Then we get to tofu, then we get to soy milk, then we get to soy isolates. So try to eat as whole as possible, and of course organic. Most soy in the United States is genetically modified, and that brings into consideration many other different issues like glyphosate toxicity, like immune imbalance, possibly leaky gut. We have a lot of research even on genetically modified items and glyphosate. So just as a recap, soy is not going to kill you, but if you do eat it, whether it's frequently or once in a while, try to make sure that it's organic and whole. Otherwise, soy is going to do so many good things for you, just like we mentioned here. So it's a complete protein. It is not a mammalian estrogen, so it's not going to affect your hormones. And if it does, it has a modulatory effect, if any. It also lowers cholesterol, particularly LDL cholesterol, which we want to be under 100. And then it also lowers blood pressure. So if you don't have high blood pressure problems, eating soy consistently is not going to put you into severely low blood pressure, but just keep in mind, consult with your physician, make sure that you're making the right choices for your body. And then finally, we have soy isoflavones, which have been shown in research to improve heart health. So there you go. Soy is a really great product, and I eat it all the time. Hopefully this clears up any misconceptions that you have and you make good choices. Try to choose organic soy and see what it does for your body. Thank you guys.